Yes, people. Welcome to LRFC. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody is well. Oh, we're picking up, aren't we? We are picking up. We're getting the subscribers. We're getting the views back and everything. Me, Nurabits, and Ali are working hard off the screen, like to get you guys the best content that we can. So please support us in that way. And obviously, the most important thing is when you're on other social medias, you come to our YouTube channel, subscribe as well. So um, we would gratefully appreciate if you do that for us, because it's all about YouTube now. We're back on it. We're gonna be regular on it. Obviously, we took a day off yesterday. It was Eid Mubarak to everyone. Um, yeah, so today we're gonna do the preview for the Liverpool Atalanta game. We're going to go through the press conference. We're going to go through injury updates and all the other stuff that we need to go through as well. I'm going to play a little video as well. You see the players training and see what they're up to, of course. I think there's the press conference. Harvey Elliott is speaking on it as well, so they're going to ask a lot of questions about about his playing time and his impact in the games as well. It's half an hour long. But we'll get through it. Hopefully, it's going to be a long one today. I don't think I'm going to do a match build up and match reaction tonight. Got work in the morning, but I will be back in the other streams as well. So yeah, let's go. Let's go to the press conference straight away, and then we'll talk about other stuff as we go along. I appreciate everybody that's been on it as well. It's going to be strange not seeing Jurgen Klopp.
Have we go first, then Jurgen Klopp will come in. We do have simultaneous translation, and we also have, I think we have 2 microphones. So if you could raise your hand and wait to be selected, and then we will get the microphone to you as quick as we can. Alan?
Hey, Harvey, good to see you. How's the mood in the camp with the squad and the reaction following Sunday, which everyone saw as 2 points dropped, really?
Yeah, we're very disappointed after the game. I think it was quickly forgotten about. The good thing about football is we're able to, go into another game a few days after. So our preparations, quickly changed to this game, and for us, it's just about going out and now putting in a positive performance.
This is the one trophy that he hasn't won as a manager. Would it mean more to you and the rest of the players to see him sign off with this one too?
Yeah, absolutely. It's another great trophy to win as well for us, and I think with the circumstance of what's going on and Gaffer leaving at the end of the season, I think to sign off, winning it would be the best possible way, and we're going to do everything to make sure that happens, and we just want to give everything back to the Gaffer, as he's been very influential in our careers.
And this is Liverpool's 50th game of the season tomorrow. I think you've been involved in 44 of those, but you've only started 21. How hard is that for you, coming off the bench and making an impact? Do you find that difficult?
Not really. For me, it's just about making sure I'm analysing the game, seeing where.
Yeah, he was talking about, obviously, they were talking about the Man United game. It is annoying, like, talking about that game, you know what I mean, people? It's one of the, like, when the teams are not good enough anymore, especially Man United, when they're down, you gotta, like, put that foot on their head and, make sure they're down there. And we haven't been doing that, what I mean? I've said it for a while. When I'm looking at us, it reminds me of Liverpool of the 90s, like, not clinical enough in the important games. If you look at Robbie Fowler and Matt Manniman and Collymore, all that, the reason they didn't win a league because in the important stages of the season they didn't beat their rivals. So if they beat their rivals, they would have won a league titles and that. But that's what it looks to me when I'm looking at this team. We're going to talk about individual players as well, and it's high time people start telling the truth about some players, because we could be sentimental, you know what I mean? They score a lot of goals, but if the goals don't impact the games and they don't impact the team winning trophies, it only impacts their ambition with their individual ambition, then there's something wrong with the team. You know what I mean? I'm here to win league titles. I'm here to win, trophies. I'm not here to win Ballon d'Ors or, golden boots or anything like that. So we have to speak about things like this. Are you here to support Liverpool Football Club, or are you here to support one player? That's what you have to ask yourself. Forget about, what they did in the past. It's about the present. You have to talk about the present. In life, you don't keep looking back to look forward. So, if you want to progress, you got to look forward, people. So this is what I'm trying to tell. This is what I'm trying to drum it into people's heads. We can't keep talking about 19, 6, if we don't have any forward thinking, ambition, and we don't think like that for some reason. We keep talking about, golden boots and all this stuff and all that stuff, but it's not all about that. It's about Liverpool Football Club winning trophies. You know what I mean? And like, if you don't really care about it, then it's not the game for you. If you know what I mean. So that's why I keep telling people, like, drum into people's heads. Everybody, every player, every manager deserves a criticism if things don't go right. You know what I mean? So, in the last few games, we haven't beat our rivals this season. Let's just be realistic here, people. Like, well, who have we beat? Aston Villa? That's the only team we beat this season? Is that good enough? No. Aston Villa's not even, they're not even regular top 4. So, we have to, talk about things like this. But yeah, let Harvey Elliott talk about, his ambitions, what he's doing on the pitch when he comes on as well. Yeah, so let's continue.
I can, exploit different teams and see the areas where, I can put myself in and, attack from that way. But, quite frankly, I want to be starting games. I want to be, the player walking out rather than coming on. It doesn't mean that I'm not grateful for coming on the pitch. I'm very grateful for every opportunity that I get in a Liverpool shirt. But for me, it's just about kicking on for myself and, kind of cementing my spot in the team. I'll do everything I can to do that.
You're still young. You're not knocking on the manager's door yet, demanding to play.
Yeah, I'm young, but I'm not anymore. I'm a man. I'm growing up quickly, and I feel like I need to take responsibilities into my own hands.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair, with Harvey Elliott, the way people, perceive him. It's not right, like saying he's young, and he shouldn't he shouldn't be starting games and all that stuff. I think he earned the right this season. The only problem that I have with him is when he starts games, he needs to impact it more. You can't come on as a substitute and every single time you perform, to the best of your ability because the teams are tired. But when you start games, you don't really show much. So this is what he needs to work on. When you start games, show more. Show that you have influence in the game, which he doesn't really. And I've got to be the first one to say that. I love the kid. I love his enthusiasm. I love the way he plays. But he needs to show more when he starts games. He needs to be more dominant. He needs to be more in control of the ball. The thing that makes me angry with him is he does the same thing every single time he's got the ball, which is pass back. You know what I mean? So I want you to turn around and do something. I mean, have a go at the players. Do 1-2s move. This is the issues we have in our football team. We don't really do pass and move. We just pass and hope, if you know what I mean. That something comes out at the end of it. If you look at the 2 top teams in the Premier League, which is Arsenal and Manchester City, they pass and move. You know what I mean? Someone passes, someone runs to a byline, they cross it in, and someone slots it in. We don't really do that a lot. This is the issues that we have in our football team. It's like we're lazy to do things. But this is where the coaching part comes in. The coaches have to do something on that pitch, and they don't really do that, in my opinion. It really frustrates me when I'm watching Liverpool on a continuous basis. I don't know what's happened there. Let me just get this back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work ahead for Liverpool. There's a lot of work we have to do in order for us, to win this league title. I'm a firm believer we could still do it. You know what I mean? I'm not giving up on that just yet. I'm a firm believer we could still do it. It's just about, the players and the manager, everybody connecting as one. That's the next step that we have to do. And I just hope, man, because like you can't drop points in these games. I'm sorry, like when you're looking at Man United away with the defense they had and all that, they've had so much injuries, and not only that, even if their injuries are there, they're still not gonna get into the Liverpool team, if you know what I mean, people. So it's disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. I think a lot of our fan base, we overreacted, to a certain extent, but some of it is understandable, if you know what I mean, people. Some of it is understandable, and I've got to be real with that as well. Some of the players we criticize, like in front of goal, they should be better. They should be better in front of goal, and I've got to be realistic with that one. So let me get back to Harvey Elliott speaking. Apologies, man. I don't know what's happened there. Really apologize. So let's get back. Hopefully you can hear it.
Action
Yeah, just get busy in the comments,
following
people.
Sunday, which everyone saw as 2 points dropped, really.
Yeah, we're very disappointed after the game. I think it was quickly forgotten about. The good thing about football is we're able to, go into another game a few days after. So our preparations, quickly changed to this game, and for us it's just about going out and now putting in a positive performance.
This is the one trophy that Jurgen Klopp hasn't won as a manager. Would it mean more to you and the rest of the players to see him sign off with this one too?
Yeah, absolutely. It's another great trophy to win as well for us, and I think with the circumstance of what's going on and the gaffer leaving at the end of the season, I think to sign off, winning it would be the best possible way, and we're going to do everything we can as players to make sure.
There's one thing people don't know, like if Klopp obviously wins this trophy, that means he completed football in regards to club football. He's won every trophy possible in club football: cups, domestic cups, obviously Champions League, Premier League, and all these other cups, Super Cup, World Club Cup. Like every cup that's involved in a club, football club, Klopp's basically completed it. So this is the most impressive thing on the club as well. Let me just get to the comments as we go along. Higher, sorry. Any players back? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. There's a few things that, still not recovered from Man United game. We all haven't recovered. Let's just be realistic here. Michael says, same here, KE, but we have to get over it. Yeah, 100%. Uncle Ross, please go subscribe to Uncle Ross. Big up, Uncle Ross. As always supportive. Thank you, man. Like, share, subscribe. Peeps from Jake. Big up, Jake, as always, bro. Salam, brother. Eid Mubarak. Yeah, Eid Mubarak to every person that's celebrating it. It's been wonderful yesterday. I went out with my sisters and their kids. It was very entertaining. Let me just put it that way. They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. I had to be the uncle in it, so treat them and all that stuff. It was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Sure that happens, and yeah, we just want to give everything back to the gaffer, as he's been very influential in our careers.
And this is Liverpool's 50th game of the season tomorrow. I think you've been involved in 44 of those, but you've only started 21. How hard is that for you, coming off the bench and making an impact? Do you find that difficult?
Not really. For me, it's just about making sure I'm analysing the game, seeing where I can, exploit different teams and see the areas where, I can put myself in and, attack from that way. But, quite frankly, I want to be starting games. I want to be, the player walking out rather than coming on. It doesn't mean that I'm not grateful for coming on the pitch. I'm very grateful for every opportunity that I get in a Liverpool shirt. But for me, it's just about kicking on for myself and, kind of cementing my spot in the team. And I'll do everything I can to do that.
You're still young. You're not knocking on the manager's door yet, demanding to play.
Yeah, I'm young, but I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a man. I'm growing up quickly, and I feel like I need to take responsibilities into my own hands. If that means me knocking.
That's one thing with Harvey Elliott, as we discussed earlier about him. He's like when you support a football club and you play for them. Obviously we haven't experienced it, have we? So it's a different emotion onto our player, if you know what I mean. So this is what he's facing, and I talked about this before. I love him as a player. I think technically he's sound. I think he hasn't got that much pace to get past players, but there's always a way to make up for that, if you know what I mean, with your brain. So the issues he's facing is playing with emotions. Once he gets rid of that, I think he'll become a better player. With age, you improve. That's what I'm trying to say here. And this is what's going to happen with him. He's just facing emotional attachment at the moment. The club he loves, the club he supported as a baby, you know, his dad supported, you know, all their lives. So this is what's in his head at the moment. Once he gets rid of that, you know, like when you have a kid and, you know, life takes over, you've got more responsibilities and you just think about, you know, other stuff other than just Liverpool, 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 Liverpool. I think he'll become a better player. But just now, you know, emotionally, it's too much attachment in regards to supporting the club. When he gets rid of, you know, that emotion and just concentrates on football, he'll become a better player in my opinion. But yeah, people get busy in the chat, man. I'm here for you guys as always, so please get busy in the chat and hit that like button, the subscription button, notification button, and all that good stuff as well. And follow us on our social medias. As you can see, it's Facebook, Twitch, X, and Instagram as well. And we're on TikTok now as well, so please go follow us on that. But as I say, come to the YouTube channel, please subscribe and, you know, help us out on that as well. We're trying to take it seriously now.
On the gaffer's door, then it's going to have to happen. But you know, at the same time, I do need to wait for my opportunities. I do need to be patient. But when I get them, you know, I just want to take them. And you know, as I said, I want to cement my spot in the team.
Julie?
On the back of that, it is a chance for you to push for a starting place. How do you go about that yourself as a player? Are you someone who does go and have a conversation, or is it what you do in training?
I think it's a bit of everything, really. You know, it's in training, it's in the games. For me, it's just about, you know, being patient. You know, I feel like too much of a fuss. You know, I'm part of the team, and you know, I don't want it to look like I'm being selfish. You know, whoever goes out and plays deserves to go out and play. There's no doubt about that, and every player is unbelievable and very talented. So, you know, it's just about, as I said, staying patient. And when I do get the opportunities, I need to make sure I take them myself. And I feel like
You know, with Harvey Elliott, people, a lot of people are talking about him starting and Szoboszlai, you know, been Szoboszlai. I think we're overreacting in that one as well. Szoboszlai is a phenomenal player. Szoboszlai is a sought after player. Szoboszlai is a player a lot of top teams were watching at the time. And you know, when you're a big player, you have projects in life, innit? And he chose Liverpool over everybody else. So we've got to be careful how we go on that. He started off the season good. You know what it is? The Premier League is a beast of a league. It gives you opportunity in the beginning because they don't know you. But once you get found out, it's impossible for you, you know, to maintain that performance levels. And that's what's happening to Szoboszlai at the moment. It's nothing to do with him coming back from injury. He had enough games now to, you know, make his mark. But the thing he's having, from what I've seen, is the physical side of the league. He's struggling with physicality. That's what I've seen. I've seen him jump way off tackles. I've seen him not think before he makes a move. His touches are off as well. If you look at Szoboszlai before he came to Liverpool, he's got, you know, finesse at his best. But when he's in the Premier League, when someone's on him straight away, I can see he's already panicking. So he needs to get away from things like that, in my opinion, so he could, you know, get better as the season goes along. The Premier League's just caught up with him. That's what's happened. You know, like you could start off from, you know, the beginning, and then you get caught up at the end. That's what's happened to him. So now he has to be more brave. He has to be more, you know, aware of his surroundings, and he has to do the right decisions on the pitch as well. That's what Szoboszlai is missing. I know that everybody wants Harvey Elliott to start, but when Harvey Elliott starts and he plays badly, everybody's going to ask for Szoboszlai again. So we're not the managers, we're not the coaches, you know what I mean? It's up to them. But we've got quality players. That's the most important thing. We've got too many quality players. It's just the competition for places that need to be, you know, activated, because, you know, you could have all those players, but if they're not performing when they get the opportunity, then there's a problem, isn't it? So this is what I'm trying to say about Szoboszlai. Take it easy on him. Take it easy on Harvey Elliott. They will get better as time goes on. I believe that. 7 games to go in the Premier League, people. Still, and you got the Europa League, and still to go for. So we've got a long way to go. Long way to go. Sorry, let me just get to the comments before I go on. I appreciate everyone that's come on. Honestly, thank you as always. It doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure. What was I think? Yeah, John Conway. Big up to Conway, as always supportive, man. Thank you very much, brother. Always supportive. Appreciate that. What do you think of the flags protest due to ticket prices increasing? I have no idea about this, man. I'll find out though. I'll find out. But tickets already cost a lot. You know what I mean? What more? How much more can we pay when there's inflation already in this country that we're in? We've got to work on it, man. We've got to work on it. We've got to work on it. In my opinion, that is in a way. I wish I could say that name. I just put YD. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up. Big up. Yeah, but let's get back here. Let's get back.
I've been doing that to an extent season. I'm never satisfied. I just need to keep going and keep putting in these performances.
Are the preparations different when it's a European game? I mean, even just this itself is a lot bigger than what you're used to. Is it different in training as well?
No, it's it's the same preparation. We do the same things as would be for any other game. So yeah, there's no different in preparation. Here it's just like being in school again. So for me, it's just about focusing on the game and going out and putting on a performance tomorrow against a tough side. So us as a team, we're ready for anything. We just need to make sure that we're well prepared, and comes tomorrow, we just need to go out and put in a strong performance.
Any more? In front.
Hi, Harvey. A question about Atalanta. What do you know about them? What do you think of their strength, and how do you think you can beat them?
They're a very attacking team, scored many goals this season. So we're going to need to be expecting that. We're going to need to be defensively very well organised and, not let them get many opportunities because, they'll take them. They're a great team with great players in, and they cause us problems. So for us, it's just about, making sure we're, as I said, well prepared. We need to analyse what they're going to do, and hopefully, by the time the game comes tomorrow, we know the ins and outs of what they're going to do, and make sure we do our job, and then hopefully it'll be a positive game for us.
You guys have an unbelievable record here at Anfield, both in the Premier.
Atalanta at the moment, they are in the sixth in the league position. They're still a good team, don't get me wrong. I mean, they can be a threat. They wouldn't be this far if they're not a threat at all. Maybe their eggs are all in one basket. Maybe they want to play just in the Europa League this season. That's why they're not really doing much in the league. From what I can see, they're six. They're a few points behind, obviously about 8 points behind the top four. Bologna is there instead of them this season. So, yeah. Don't underestimate their league position, people. They are still a threat. They are going to cause problems for us in this game tonight. But I'm expecting a full-strength team, Liverpool. We don't get this far, to put kids on the pitch, if you know what I mean. So I'm expecting a full-strength team. We're going to talk about the injuries as we go along. There's a few players that's back, and it looks good so far. But we're still waiting. Some more players.
Again, in Europe, you've always been a Liverpool player. But what do you think is in Anfield that helps you win, but also, the opponent, the fear in the opponent?
It's our fans. Our fans are amazing. Not only at Anfield but away games as well. They travel all around the world to watch us play, and they drive us on, and they're our 12th man, as many people have said. And for us playing at Anfield, walking out to You Never Walk Alone, hearing the fans sing, there's no better feeling and better buzz to go out and play our football. And even if we're trailing or we're not having the best of games, they're always there supporting us, and as players, that's all you could ask for. Anfield is one of a kind, and our fans are special. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure we'll see it again tomorrow night.
Any more? At the back, Will, wait for the mic.
Just ask about England squad. Do you think you've got a chance of making the Euros this summer? Have you had any conversation with Gareth Southgate while you've been with the 21s?
I haven't had any at the moment. My main priority is just Liverpool.
It's amazing, isn't it? England has to come out of nowhere all the time for players. If you haven't played in the first team, what's the actual point talking about it? Like, the kid's not even making it into the Liverpool first team, so you can't really ask him to play for England senior teams already. It's just ridiculous, man. Liverpool's his focus. Leave him for Liverpool Football Club. If he gets called up for England, then he gets called up for England. But enough of this, man. I'm tired of hearing about, players playing for England when we're talking about Liverpool Football Club. And this is what we need to focus on. We don't want to stray from our focus. And these, these reporters who are, against Liverpool, they will give you this nonsense like, oh, England is gonna, they're gonna pick the Euros, team and all this stuff. Are you gonna be part of it? No, we don't care about that. We care about here and now, which is Liverpool Football Club. Let them focus on their next game. So you know what I mean? We don't want to stray from that focus, thinking about playing for Euro team, especially under Gareth Southgate, that useless manager. Come on.
And if I put in the performances at Liverpool, then you never know what's going to come around the corner. With the 21s as well, England, I'm so happy to represent my country, and playing under 21 football is massive as well. So yeah, for me it's just about focusing on Liverpool, putting in the performances that I can do with the team, and if I'm called upon at the end of the season, I'll be very, very, very happy and honoured, and very willing to go. But for me, it's not going to happen if I'm not putting in performances at Liverpool.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
England, what the heck, man? Nobody cares. I don't give a damn. I mean, come on, man. There's more to life than that.
And it's really, I think.
I skipped. Let's go. It's coming.
Exactly the same process before. If you could.
Let's listen to the gaffer. Oh, I miss you, Klopp. I'm gonna miss you, man. I'm gonna miss you, bro. It's gonna be strange without you, man.
Exactly the same process before. If you could wait to be called and get the mic to me, have the Federico with the simultaneous translation. Alan.
Jürgen, good afternoon. You had some big players back to training yesterday, the likes of Jota, Alexander-Arnold, Alisson and Cetic. Important players. How close are they to being involved tomorrow evening?
Jota and Trent and Alisson.
We will have to see that. So obviously we didn't rush it with the boys. You can, but we didn't. We didn't. That means they did a lot of training by themselves, like especially Diogo and Trent worked as a group since 2-3 weeks and could do really proper training. So looked very good yesterday, to be honest. Stefan.
Yeah, guys, do me a favor. Like, we need to get the algorithm up. So please, if you're just coming on, just hit that like button for me. I appreciate that. It helps the whole of YouTube to see it as well. So please help us out with that. We really, really appreciate that. You know what I mean? We don't ask for much. It's free. Just hit that button for us, please. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Is even different a little bit because he was out for much longer, but is now training with us for longer as well. So, but I think after the long spell he had without playing football, it makes sense that we might give him a game at the U21s, and then let's see how he deals with that. That's not a plan with the other three guys. Alisson is on the way back as well, so we have to see that. It's really, they are now back in training, and now we have to see how we involve them, how we use them. But that we need them is clear, but we need them.
You know what I said after that Man United game? I do a lot of I've noticed. After that Man United game, we have to play the senior players now. Enough of that. Pussyfooting around players and all this stuff. We've suffered this season by trying to get away from the two at the top by keep on playing youngsters. And after that game, you saw what's happened to Kwanzaa and Bradley. We don't want to keep putting pressure on those kids. So let's now, 7 games to go, and we've got a couple obviously with Atalanta. Play the senior players now. Enough of putting those kids in an awkward position, like to get the blame if things go wrong, if you know what I mean. So now the senior players have to be standing up account. No more crying for injuries or anything like that. Broken toenail. Someone tweaked my skin. I don't care. You've got trophies in front of you to win. For crying out loud. Just come on the pitch and play. That's what angered me about the Man United game. Why did Konate play in the Sheffield United game? Why? Play Kwanzaa in that game. Then bring on Konate in the last 20 minutes to get a run out. Then you could get him ready for the Man United game. It's just stupid decision after stupid decision, man. Come on, man. We can't take those risks every single time and expect the outcome to be a win. We can't do that. Arsenal, they play with their senior players. Man City, they play with their senior players. We're the only ones that's chopping and changing every game and expect the result out at the end of it. And it's not happening. Now we could lose a league title because of it. So we've got to be realistic here, man. Start giving the senior players, start them in the games now. If they can't hack it anymore, the door's there in the summer. Just go, man. Go with Klopp and the rest, man. Just leave. It's always the same players that's always injured, guys. It's always the same players. Why are they always the same players that's injured? What did they do? I don't understand. What did they exactly do to get injured? I really don't get it. It's getting boring now. It's always Alisson. It's always, Jota. It's just the same injuries again and again. Enough now. Oh, listen, if I got a slight injury, I say I'm fit, I need to win the league. That's what I'll say. But they're not even saying that. Oh, I'm injured, I need to get out. I have to sit out for a few weeks. It shouldn't be like that. Ambitious players, ambitious managers, they put 100%. Even if they got a slight injury, they still come on. Now we break a toenail and you have to get off for about 3 weeks. It's a joke. Absolute joke, man. I can't take this anymore.
Them in the best possible shape, and we want to give them kind of rhythm. So it's always a challenge to reintegrate guys, but with the quality they have, obviously it should be a bit easier, and we will use them the next days and weeks. What it means for tomorrow, I didn't make a decision yet.
This club is all about winning trophy, as you know, but it's one trophy that you personally haven't won. Does that make it mean a little bit more to you and the players? We just spoke to he said it would be a delightful way for it to end for you with picking up a trophy that you haven't won yet.
A bit of an open bill if you want. That's there, but
I don't know what's happened. Hopefully it'll come back. Oh man, apologies, people. I don't know what's going on my screen. There's a lot of freezing going on for some reason, so I apologize for that. Hopefully it'll come back. Let's go, Klopp. Let's go.
it's not personal for me personally. It was for us 8 years ago, or whenever it was exactly, when we were in Basel, played a good first half and not so good second half, and lost against the serial winners of the competition. So it was not a great night, but somehow the start for a lot of other things. So that's cool as well. But yeah, last year it was like that. For the majority of the season, it didn't look like that we will be involved in international football at all. From the moment on when we saw the chance to get into the European League, we were really desperate to do so. And you only do that then when you are Liverpool, that because you want to.
Last season was a strange season in my opinion, because the season before we had a quad, didn't we? A lot of fans were upset that we didn't sign, a few players, and Klopp basically chose to keep the players that everybody wanted it out. But you got to understand it from a point of view. If you fought for the quad in one season, do you let players go straight away, or you gradually let them go? So Klopp made the decision on basing it on that season we challenged for the quad. So he saw the players were, in great form. They were doing brilliant. But we lost Mane. Don't forget, Mane is a major part of the system that we play. If we haven't got a player like that, you got to get something in return that's as good as him, or just attached, not as good as him. But we didn't do that. Obviously, we've got Diaz. Diaz is a completely different player. I have to be honest about that. He's not a Mane. He will never be a Mane. We're expecting too much from a player that's nowhere close to him as well. So it was always going to be difficult the next season to maintain that kind of performances. But Klopp trusted those players, you know what I mean? and they just couldn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? That's what happened with those poor players. They just couldn't do what they, you know, the brain and the legs weren't connecting anymore. And it's sad. It was really, really sad watching that, because, you know, 6 years before that, they were phenomenal. I mean, like 1 point off the league, they won the league, the Champions League, the World Cup, you know, Super Cup, all these trophies, they've won it. And they just couldn't, the legs couldn't get them there anymore. It shows, you know, this season, look at the youngsters that's come through, the youngsters we bought. It shows the performance from last season. It dropped, you know, dramatically. It dropped really, really badly. And yeah, it was difficult. It was really, really difficult watching that, because, you know, some people don't appreciate those players. You know, when they talk about Henderson, when they talk about Ronaldo, when they talk about Fabinho, they don't really appreciate those players. But, you know, they forgot what those players have done. They quickly forgot what those players have done. And I've seen some people, like, you know, open up, you know, YouTube streams, spaces on Twitter, you know, thanking these players have arrived, you know, and getting rid of the old players. And it shouldn't be like that, you know, like, appreciate what you had before as well, man. I mean, obviously, I don't want to look at the past, but appreciate what you had, because at least they've won you the titles that you talk about. Why are you bragging about titles if you don't appreciate them? Do you get what I'm saying, people? You say 19. Why are you talking about 19 if you don't appreciate the past? Yeah. So just appreciate those players, what they've done. They might not be the, you know, the players that you want to, you know, cheer, because they haven't got the technical ability. They haven't got the, you know, the dribbling skills that you want them to have and all that stuff. But sometimes what you got to understand, you know, those hard-working players are the ones who get you through dark stages that we're in right now. Do you think if those players were here in that Man United game, we'll perform the way we did? No, I think we would have won that game, hands down. I don't think we'll concede as much as we're conceding either. So leadership does count, people. That's what they were all about. They might not be the most technically gifted players, but they had leadership and they had hard work and grit in the you know, games. And that's what I miss. That's what I miss about them. But I appreciate them, man. I mean, I wouldn't be talking about 19 if it wasn't for them. So there you go. I wouldn't talk about 6 if it wasn't for them. There you go. So you gotta, like, be careful what you do there, man. Appreciate those players. They might not be the most talented players that you ever seen in your life, but they got you the trophies that you brag about. So if you don't really like them, don't talk about 19. Don't talk about 6 either, man.
But you have to do all necessary steps. Obviously, now only great teams left in the competition. It's really outstanding. So, and we know what Atalanta is all about. Gasperini is doing an incredible job for years and years, and it's difficult to play against Italian teams. Always was. There's tactically super disciplined and super dangerous in a lot of areas. So we have to be at our best to get into the next round with over the leg, not thinking about the final or something like that. We really have to be at our best.
Supporters groups have come together, Jürgen, in protest at ticket price increases for next season. There's going to be no flags on the Kop tomorrow night. Protest. Is that a concern? The great atmosphere that you've been used to at Anfield might not be the same tomorrow evening?
Flag there, no. As long as the people are there, it's all good. But I understand the concerns and the discussion, definitely. It's a tricky one from my point of view. Obviously, to say I didn't even know about it, that it happened. Tony told me pretty much before the press conference. So it's now the opinion is clear. We want to have the people in the stadium. We want to make it available for everybody and stuff like this.
Oh, that's amazing. Now they're talking about the flags and all that stuff, you know, and the ticket prices. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how things go on behind the scenes, people. I've said it a while, and I don't kid about things. You know, when I see something, I talk about it. I'm not these type of fans that tell you lies and, you know, just to get, you know, things to boost their, you know, credibility and all that stuff. I'll tell you the truth. I said it. Football in this country is slowly losing its identity. And unless as fans, unless, you know, as a Premier League clubs as a whole, you know, Championship, First Division, whatever, come together and protest about things like this, it's going to continue. It's a business now. Football is a business. It's not all about, what the fans want anymore. The fans are slowly, they're going this direction, people. So you got to keep an eye on that. I've said it. I might not even watch Premier League football the way it's going at the moment. We don't enjoy goals. We don't enjoy going to games. Can't get tickets anymore. You look, VAR is taking over. The referees are so arrogant. They do whatever they want on the pitch. You know what I mean? So there's so much stuff happening during our football. But we're just not doing enough about it because we're allowing it to happen. When you get owned by people that don't care about your football club, this is the results you're going to get. I'm sorry to tell you that. You could support FSG, you could support the Glazers, you could support all these guys, Cronkies, whatever you want to say. You could support all these people. But they don't care about your game. They've got their own games to worry about in their own country. Like over here, we only support one club, right? We only support one club. How can you talk to people that, support other clubs but own your club? I mean, it's just, it won't make sense. You know why football was great back in the day? Because the fans own the club. Now the fans no longer own the club. Now it's a business. So they could do whatever they want. Like me and Anto discussed the other day. They put up the club for sale. And then they take it off. They put the club up for sale to make you, just be quiet when you're moaning about transfers and all that stuff. That's what they did. What happened as soon as that happened? Everybody was, on Twitter and all these places, making streams. Qataris are coming. They will never come in the first place, people. They were just tricking you to lose focus of reality, which is your team competing for the league, and we need players to roster our squad, and they didn't even do that. Do you get what I'm saying? They are great marketing people. That's what they do. They're businessmen. They don't get to being a billionaire if they're not great at things like that. They know how to trigger us. They know how to treat us. You know what I mean? And they're very good at it. It's always a sorry at the end of everything. Sorry, sorry, sorry. But they don't mean it. They don't mean sorry. Now we're talking about flags not coming to Anfield anymore. What's the point going to Anfield then? That's our tradition. That's our history. That's what we put the flags up for. We've been doing it since the beginning of time. Now we can't even do that anymore. Now the other clubs can't do that. So they're trying to take our history and tradition away from us so that it suits them. So when they want to do things, we don't really argue about it anymore. Just watch out, man. Football's finished, man. Football's finished. Let's just be realistic here. Football ain't football anymore. We were enjoying Van Dijk making a tackle on Foden. One tackle. Where's the tackles going in the modern era? Why aren't we talking about regular tackles anymore? It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke, man. I can't believe the flags are, and the ticket prices are going up and everybody's just sitting back. We ain't doing nothing about it. Let's make a protest. Let's do something. I'm in for it. I've done it before with Liverpool Football Club. Let's all go together. As a footballing people, our game is being taken away from us. But yet, we just sit back and we allow it. It's more Americanized than ever before now. We're doing sin bins soon. We're doing VAR, stopping the games. We wait 5 minutes. Just for a decision which is clearly offside. You can see it a mile away. Man. It's finished, man. Come on, man. Football's my life. And I can't enjoy it anymore. It's sad, man. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe we're all sitting here. We're not doing nothing about this, man. Our game's losing its identity. Identity of the football is going. It's not just the Premier League in general. Come on, man. Now the flags can't come on. Come on, man. I've had enough, man.
We are a self-sustaining club. We have to, as long as I'm here, I can tell everybody each pound we earned went directly back into football. That was always the case. So it's not wasted for something. For the club is doing, for the community, all these kind of things. There's a lot of good things what you could say what the club is doing, but I understand 100% where the supporters are coming from, and I'm pretty sure they will find a solution in this situation. It starts with maybe a protest, and then we need to follow discussions, and that's good. But we should make sure that we don't. That there's nothing but that's between us and support. It just should not happen. Discuss it. Yes, we are not happy with it. Talk 100% should happen, but in between the two big whistles. Just have to be Liverpool, and that's what I'm asking for. And how's that? When the flags are, it would be worse if tomorrow the flags would be in the stand and nobody else. So that I prefer. That was, by the way, the case. I think. Yeah, we had that, so we don't want to have that again. So this is okay, but yeah, they will find a solution, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Sad, man. Sad, bro.
Hi, Jürgen. Just as you're starting to get back these more the senior players, so to
Sorry, people. I don't want to be rude, innit? I need to get to the comments as well. I appreciate everyone that's come on, as always. Thank you. I can't do this, man. Like, no flags. That's just our identity is. Oh man, they're trying to get rid of our identity, man. Nah. Lazy journalism. Question to Elliot about England squad from a poor reporter. Yeah, mate. It's just poor, bro. Poor, man. Start Dom, then take him off. Bring on Elliot. 65 minutes. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. YD says Jota, Trent being back is a huge for us. Yeah, we need them. Like I said, mate. The senior players have to be standing up accounted now. They have to come on. They have to do more. I mean, I can't really rely on youngsters all the time and make them put pressure on them and put them in an awkward position which people attack them, if you know what I mean. And it's not fair. It's not on them. It's not fair on them.
to speak, the more experienced players coming back from injury. Given how well the younger players in your squad have done on the big stage this season, how much decision will go into you replacing them, so to speak, with the senior players? Is that going to be something that's more difficult than you imagined?
It's probably different, but it's not more difficult. Different in a way that I know when you talk about the likes of Jota, Ali, Trent, and I would usually think first they can step on the training ground, we have to bring them again and play them again. We probably had these situations in last year, so that's, and it is never really healthy. Doesn't help a lot. They need time to get up to speed again and stuff like this. So they are most happy that we are still in the situation where, I mean, I don't know exactly how long they were out now, but I think Ali is so far for 7-8 weeks. It's not back in full training yet, but like 7-8 weeks. I think Shots was 10 weeks or something.
I just don't get the Ali one, man. It's a strange one. You know what I mean? Like, Alisson just being injured out of the blue and things like that. I didn't get that one. Like, it just, yeah, man. It's a weird one. It's really a weird one with Alisson. We need the guy, man. And he's not available. He's never available for some reason. Well, we've got to do something. We really got to do something now, man, because the league can be getting away from us. A lot of stuff that we need might not be there at the end of the season, and I'm worried. I'm really worried about that. And that's the last thing, we should be thinking about, especially with the amount of games to go during the season. Yeah, senior players have to come back, man. They have to come back. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're slightly injured or not. You have to be coming on and doing something. People, like I always say, if you're watching, please hit that subscription button, notification button, and like button, all that good stuff. And, if you're new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We don't ask for much. It's all free. And get the algorithm up. Just hit the likes as well. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I want to be more consistent now. So, help me out and help Beats and Ali that as well.
I think that was really long, and Trent was the longest since I know him, I think. So they all need to go get back step by step. But we will have, so if they are now ready for minutes and more, it's the perfect timing, because we play Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. So we need boys, and it's not about who can then play all the games, because the young boys, whoever stepped in and played the role and stuff like this, they should and could so we need really all the players, and we need always quality on the pitch, because we have to win pretty much all the games, and that's exactly good. And I cannot see anything negative in it. It's just they need time, and hopefully we can give them that time.
You say there, it's difficult for players to turn around when you're playing Thursday, then Sunday, then possibly again in the week, and then Saturday again. It's so close for training, but for you planning games, just look at Atalanta, there's not much time for you to plan, is there? How do you go about that at the moment?
But that's what we had pretty much. No, last year not. We were out of Europe pretty quickly, but then usually we had that. We always went far. Most of the time went far, so that's a normal procedure for us. So yeah, there's not a lot about training. It's a lot about meetings, video analysis, and stuff like that. So preparing it's always the one session there's one session we have to prepare for the next opponent. It's not a long time and it's Sunday, Thursday, by the way, is quite comfortable. The Thursday, Sunday is then a bit more tricky. But we are used to that. This rhythm is the normal rhythm for us. How we said, as long as the rhythm is normal, it's all fine. In the moment when you interrupt this kind of rhythm, becomes immediately super challenging. When you take a few hours out, where you all think it doesn't matter, it matters a lot. Each expert will tell you. But as long as it's a normal rhythm, it's fine. We are used to that, and we try to make the best of it. But it's not long training sessions. We don't train a lot nowadays. We just prepare. We have -1 sessions, +1.
He means the games are coming thick and fast, people. That's what he's talking about. Like they don't train much. It's true. Like if you look at the season as it goes along, when you got that many games, you only have one probably training session to prepare for the next game. If you know what I mean. So this is what they're experiencing. But if you're at the top, this is what you're gonna get. It's, you know what I mean. This is what you chose. So if you want to win league titles and other trophies, you have to accommodate this some way somehow, and we're doing it. You know what I mean? Because even with injuries, I don't think Arsenal and Manchester City have had the injuries that we have, but we still coped. We're still joint top. So it shows we're doing the right things. But I think, when the new manager comes in next season, he needs to add on to this squad. You look at the other team, like Arsenal, they don't really need to change much, but they still have to add on to their squad to get even that much better next season. Man City is Man City. They could spend whatever they want. They always got a big squad anyway. It's just us with the youth. We need to add on to that next season. Just to, moments like this doesn't reoccur itself, and to the extent we need to get some more players from the youth just to play in the first team and spoil their progression, if you know what I mean. Some people said that like we need to calm down with Jadon Dans, and Bradley and all them lot and Kwanzaa. They are right, 100%. We can't spoil them. We have to take care of them, nurture their career in the right direction, which is play them a couple of games and don't play them for a few games, bring them on one here, one there, like that. That's what we've got to do in the near future as well. Yeah, it just depends on the next manager at Liverpool Football Club in the next couple of seasons, what he's going to do. Is he going to add on to the players that he's got, or is he going to get rid of like 4 or 5 players and then bring in another 4 or 5 players in, and we still have that weakness, if you know what I mean, with the strength and depth. So yeah, there's a lot of work ahead for Liverpool Football Club. But listen, these things happen when you're playing every 2 days, every 3 days. You're only gonna have one training session, and that's what's happening, and it's not right because it lacks your preparation for the next game, if you know what I mean. And this is what they're experiencing at the moment as well.
1, -2, -1, go again. That's pretty much it.
Just one here.
Jurgen, good afternoon. I'm from the Netherlands. It's a bit of a Dutch gathering tomorrow. 4 players, Dutch players at Atalanta, 3, of course, at your side. You seem to like Dutchies. Could you elaborate shortly on their development this season of Van Dijk and especially of Gakpo and Gravenberg?
You are not the one who interviewed Jordan Henderson, are you?
Nope.
That's good.
That was my colleague.
That was your colleague?
Yeah.
He's a friend of you?
No, yeah.
That's
kind of. Sometimes I see him, yeah.
What a horrible interview that was.
You didn't like it?
Do you know anybody who liked it?
No, I spoke to him and he said, I regretted a bit the interview. I was a bit too hard, he said to me. And he said it also on television.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I take that apology on behalf of Hendo. So, development of the boys, yeah, all good. So, 3 great players, obviously slightly different roles. Wirtz is our captain, plays a sensational season, is in a good moment. Hopefully it stays like.
Is Verge having a sensational season? Yes, if he wins, obviously the Premier League, I think. But the thing that's upsetting me more than anything, it's the defensive side, which is a major leader for, if you know what I mean. Like the games we've been playing, we've been conceding goals on a consistent basis, and this is where Virgil comes in as a leader. So although he's been having a phenomenal season individually, but did he lead the back line in a good way? It's highly questionable. I gotta be realistic, because we can't keep conceding goals in a consistent basis. We can't have opponents, the opposition, curling around our players to get to the top corner of a goal. We can't have that, and it's happening, people. And it's not the first time, is it? So we either have to throw ourselves on the ball or get closer to the players, and that's where the leadership in the team starts. That's what I said about earlier about the old leadership. Those things won't happen because they're already going to put their bodies on the line to stop that going in. Do you get what I'm saying? You look at Man City, Arsenal, they throw themselves at the ball. I see players like diving, like to stop the ball going in. We don't do that. We just hold and look back like this and expect to defend it. It doesn't work. You got to do more. You got to be more, more aggressive. You got to do more to stop the ball going into the back of the net. Forget about hitting your face and all this stuff and holding your crutch. It's nothing to do with that. You have to stop the ball going in the back of the net. Your job is, the first job, stop the ball going in. Second job, score goals. Because even if you get 0-0, you're still going to get a point. So there's a lot of work, man. A lot of work we've got to do. This is why I think it's going to be difficult for us to win the league this season. Because I think, in my opinion, we don't have that much ambition into defending. We don't really have that drive, into defending. You see the other two teams, they sprint back. Even they don't have a lot of pace in their team, they still sprint back to defend for the team. We jog back. We walk back. Some players don't even get back from the wing, if you know what I'm talking about. So there's a lot. If you want to win things, you got to do more. Not a lot of games to go. Make sure you run yourself to the ground. That's what you got to do. That's if you're interested in winning titles.
Like this until the end. Cody, I said it before, is for us a super important player. Played now, came on against Sheffield, played incredible against Man United, really good. I caused a little bit of problem in a phase where we didn't have midfielders, so I put him in midfield. That didn't work out well. I thought it was all right, but he couldn't gain the confidence each player needs. Since he's back up front, playing in between the lines, can be himself. It's all getting in the right direction again. And Ryan played for us, super important.
You see, this is what I said about Cody Gakpo, people. We talked about this before, and I've been proven right now. Like, he's been playing at a position for majority of the season. Why people ask that question? Because we need a player like that. We need a utility player, Swiss knife. We need someone like that, because if we don't have that, it's going to be difficult for us to cover those positions when people are injured. And this is what he's been doing all season. And not a lot of people looked into that. They looked at his performances and start blaming him for bad performances. He's coming off the bench majority of the time, people. So you can't really argue with that. He needs to start games in order for him to progress. So you could see the manager saying it's his fault, like playing him in different positions, midfield, in the wing, at front. So it confuses a player, and that's what's happened to Cody Gakpo. And a lot of people are having to go at him. You're forgetting he's a sought after player before Liverpool signed him. A lot of teams were looking at him. A lot of teams wanted to sign him, but Liverpool got there, at the end, and they got him. So take it easy on the player, man. I'll understand if the player is not trying, but he is. He's playing in central midfield like a number 8. He's playing in the left wing. He's playing in the right wing. He's playing at front. You know what I mean? He'll play in defensive. You even put him there, and he won't argue with you. So, like, take it easy on the poor guy, man. I feel bad for him when people are having to go at him. This is the only season I've seen him. Obviously, he hasn't played a lot for us, but he's played in PSV. This is the only season I think he's ever had this, like playing different positions. I can't remember him playing in different positions for PSV or Holland or anyone like that. It's just us that put him in this situation. And he's done good. He's done some bad, obviously. But take it easy on him, man. Like, he hasn't got a consistent... The only downside for him is he's talented enough to play in different positions. That's the only downside for him. But he's trying, people. You know what I mean? I'll worry if the player's not trying.
Games in bad moments where he could get some rhythm. and then he had a little injury here and there again. Incredible talent, crazy first touch, movements, acceleration, all fantastic. But we have a really good midfield together. So, and he will get minutes more and more, 100%, and will go his way 100%. He's an incredible, talented player, and I really think he's in the right place, in the right club.
Yeah, one more question
There you go.
because I could notice the irritation. You think that we Dutch people are a bit too direct, I assume?
Do you want me as a German to speak about Dutch people in general?
No.
That's good. So my first team coach, Peplin, is one of the best in my entire life. Is Dutch.
Yeah.
My goalkeeper, Coach Achterberg, I love to bits, is Dutch. So I have no problem with people. I have and will never have. I thought the interview was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. One over here.
I would have missed him.
Nobody
Yeah,
has to.
strange
No,
without
she
cost.
Salve, Marina
Salve.
Belotti del Corriere della Sera. Lei dopo quasi 9 anni insomma, ha detto che lascerà il Liverpool.
You said you'll leave Liverpool. Gasperini has been at Atalanta for 8 years. How do you see his path in these years? What can a long-term coach leave? And if it can be a dream, your dream to train in Serie A. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty rare that for Mr. Gasperini did at Atalanta, and that I'm here that long is not that common as well. I know that. I think you have to leave the club in a better status than it was when you arrived. You have to try that. You do
Bob
that.
always
Or
says
we
that.
try to do that by creating a culture, by creating an understanding, and by creating a mentality inside the club, and that's what we try to do, and that's I think what it is independent of the manager or the head coach. It's just how you deal with stuff, how you deal with specific parts of the club, and that's what we did, and the rest are just results. Maybe trophies, maybe no trophies, but results. Yeah, what you leave is actually, or I hope at least, what you leave is kind of is a culture, and I'm pretty sure that's what he did as well. Oh, he's doing still. Sorry, I just didn't hear anything, but it's still time for him, half a year or so, to say goodbye. No, I hope he's not doing that. It's all fine. I think it's a great club. It was we only were in Bergamo, unfortunately, when COVID was pretty bad, and we were allowed to play football again, but we could see all how difficult the situation was then there as well. So I'm really happy that we face now Atalanta and go to Atalanta, to Bergamo as well, in a much better place with a full stadium and stuff like this, because we didn't experience that yet. Serie A, yeah. Obviously, the only Italian thing I know is Italian food, so I cannot speak at all. I understood salve, by the way, and that's it then. No, in this moment I don't plan a firm in manager. Ask me maybe in a year again, but in this moment I don't plan anything like that.
If Klopp manages another team, it's gonna be difficult for me, man. Emotional side is gonna take over me, man. Because I could only imagine him at Liverpool Football Club, innit, people? You know what I mean? So it's difficult, really difficult. It's hard. You know, like what I'm gonna miss those nights at Anfield in the Champions League nights, innit? When we were playing against Barcelona's and all these teams, and you know, when the fans come together and we do what we normally do with the flags and everything. You know, the thing they're trying to take away from us. Things like that. If it's no longer at Anfield, it's gonna be difficult for us, man. Oh man, I'm gonna miss those nights. I'm gonna really miss those nights. You know, last minute goals. Oh, I'm gonna shed a tear at the end of the season, man.
Last.
Good morning, Giorgio Dusi from Bergamo News. Few years ago, Pep Guardiola said playing against Atalanta, you know where I'm going, was like going to the dentist. What do you think of that? And you played against Atalanta 3.5 years ago. How do you think the team has changed during those 3.5 years? Gasperini is still there, but many players are different than the last time you played against them. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Playing against us can be like going to the dentist as well, to be honest. That's actually the idea. How developed? Yes, you're right. A couple of key positions obviously changed. But the manager's there, and it means the way they play is quite consistent. And the way they defend is quite consistent, but the skill sets of the different players make it different. But we expect a super organized opponent. So that's what we expect. Experienced opponent as well means 2 legs. First away is a clear advantage, would everybody say. So, yeah, it just will be interesting, but it's not. We are not the same than 3.5 years ago. No. We are definitely different, and the opponent probably as well. But in these 3.5 years, I saw 1,500 games probably. So I couldn't now. I saw Atalanta playing, but I cannot really compare it to 3.5 years ago because that's not very prominent in mind. But it will be tricky for both.
Yeah. Last one. Yep.
No matter what, Atalanta's going to be a difficult game anyway, people. Don't look at the league position, expect, teams to be as bad as where the league position is showing. I think they will show at Anfield and give us a problem. I honestly think that they've been in Europe for the last 4 or 5 years, so they're not there for no reason. You know what I mean? So just don't ever judge a team in their league position because it's not always telling. You know what I mean? So I expect a difficult game. Expect it. The worst thing for me, the first leg is at Anfield, the second leg is away at Atalanta. So we need to get a lot of goals tonight. That's, probably 3 or 4. Just to make sure when we go to Atalanta, it ain't gonna be a difficult game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay.
Hi, Jürgen. I want to ask you about Anfield. You guys have an unbelievable record here. No defeats this season, both in the Premier League and in Europe. I was wondering, what do you think makes the difference for you when you play at home?
The relationship between the team and the crowd, the atmosphere is based on performance. If you don't play well, it will not be the best atmosphere you've ever experienced. If you play well, if you give our all, people are there to give us the decisive push. That's how it is. People are super open, super happy to help, but we need to offer a little bit. And that's what we usually do, what the boys usually do. So yeah, we don't take this record or atmosphere for granted, not at all. We know our responsibility in that game, in that deal, and yeah, I'm happy to give it another try if we can go to the next level. So atmosphere-wise, that would mean we need to play a really good game. But the people are super positive and optimistic about the team. I think the team deserves that absolutely with what they all did this year, and so I'm looking forward tomorrow night, and you should too. So it's a good place to watch a football game.
Tonight, yeah, people.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, that is done. Okay, let's get out of this one. No, let's get out of this one and go to the next one. Yes, as you can see, people, Jurgen Klopp has talked about the game that we're playing tonight. Not tomorrow, as he said. Obviously, I've taken it away from that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait. Really, really can't wait. Let's check out the training with Liverpool. I think you're going to see some players returning from injury. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Players that we thought they could be out for a while. There you go. Just bear with me, people. I'm doing something there. There you go. You can see the players coming back. That looks good, doesn't it? That looks good. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really miss them. Really miss those players, man. You can see, hopefully, let's just check out. Let's check out. You can see Konate. He's walking normal. He looks happy. Who else is coming back from? You can see Besiktas in the background down there. Endo, you know, he didn't have like a good game against Man United. He looked like he was injured or something. He didn't look himself. You know, like normally Endo, the type of player that will get into 50-50 challenges just to get the team going. And he didn't look like that against Man United. I've got to be real. He was taken off as well, so didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. But as you can see, people, players are coming back slowly. Alisson is back. Besiktas is back, as you can see on the screen right there. There's some more coming back. I think I saw Trent somewhere there. Trent I could see, I think, somewhere there. Where is he? Where is it? They're looking at the players that returned. There we go. Hopefully you can see Trent as well. There's John Trent. Yes. We can see them right there. Curtis Jones didn't have a great game when he came on. I've got to be real. He kept on doing that body move thing. You know, like with Curtis Jones here. We gave him his flowers. I know he's just come back from injury. I hate when he does this body stuff. You know, he has to feel someone's... Like, come on, man. You're not strong enough to do that. Just pass the ball off. Pass the damn ball, man. Stop this body, you know, touching nonsense. It's not that type of game. He came on and it was horrendous, man. That second goal when they killed in the top corner, that youngster from Man United, it was him that was next to him. Just let him curl it around him. It's Jota. I think we're putting too much on Jota. Gotta be real, people. I think we need to calm down with Jota. We need to calm down with Jota, people. I think like too much pressure on the poor guy. I gotta be real. When Jota was playing instead of Salah, we looked more of a team. We looked more of a unit. If you know what I mean. No, I don't want to discredit Salah, but when Salah plays, it's lack of defensive side on the right hand side, and Paul Bradley get exposed, if you know what I mean. But when Jota played there, we defended better, we attacked better, we passed the right passes to each other, and Darwin Núñez and Jota, I think they're better off together than Salah and Núñez, if you know what I mean as well. As much as I love Salah, he doesn't bring that defensive solidity into the team, in my opinion. He just stays in that right wing and just stays up. And it shouldn't be like that. If you can't motivate a player to do his defensive work, which is basics of his job, then we've got a problem, in my opinion. I honestly think, in my humble opinion, we was better off with Jota than Salah when Salah was away in the African nations. I think we look worse off with Salah in the team now. Don't get me wrong, he gets the goals and all that stuff, but if the goals don't contribute into wins, what's the actual point? Robbie Fowler scored 35 goals in about 3 or 4 seasons at Liverpool Football Club. Did we win any trophies? No. So that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody talks about the goals, hiding behind goals, but it's your overall game you have to look at as well, people. And I don't think a lot of people look into that. The overall game. Come on, man. Are we here to win trophies, or are we here for golden boots? You know what I mean? I love the guy, but, you know, Father Time catches up with everybody. You know what I mean? If we could get rid of Mane that easily, who was an integral part of our defensive work at Liverpool Football Club, why do we have to defend the other players that don't work hard for the team? You know what I mean? So, yeah, just understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not here to knock Salah off his perch. Salah is a legend. Salah will always get into the all-time 11, the way he performed since he's been here. But I want him to defend for the team. That Paul Bradley the other day, about 2 or 3 players were getting at him on the right-hand side. Not once did he get help from him. Not once. And he got exposed, Paul Bradley, in that game. And that's what I'm trying to say. Senior players have to be standing up and carried in moments like that. They have to be the leaders. They have to be the inspiration. Do you get what I'm saying? The players on the bench, the youngsters, have to watch them, look up to them. But if they see them just walking around the pitch, what do you expect from that young player when he gets to the first team? Why not running around? Oh, Salah didn't do it. You know what I mean, that's the attitude they're gonna have. Just pay my money, man. I mean, Salah didn't do it. I'll score about 20 goals a season. So you gotta, like, come on, you gotta balance it out, people. You gotta balance it out, man. Hard work is part of winning. Like, we look at Man City. All these years they've been playing. What world-class players do they have? Probably one, probably two. I mean, for all they won, we could only name 2 or 1 world-class players. Why? Because they work as a unit. There's no individual, players or anything like that. They work as one. And this is what we're missing at our football club right now. That's why we won the league that season. Because we worked as a team. We got ourselves ahead of everybody else. So far ahead, was uncatchable. But we're not doing that right now, man. And that Man United game should prove a lot to you guys. This is why we might not win the league. Because those 2 other teams, there's no world-class players in their teams. Probably De Bruyne, you could say, someone like that. Arsenal, probably none. But they work as a unit. A team wins you titles. You could score 35 goals. It doesn't mean you're going to win a title. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean anything. Look at Harry Kane. Top scorer in Germany. Is he going to win a league title? No. In England, Tottenham. Top scorer in Tottenham. And top scorer in the Premier League. Has he won a league? No. So it doesn't mean a lot. It's all about the team. Teams come first. And that's what we got to go to, man. And I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of, like, we're defending things like that. That doesn't make any sense, man. You have to criticize when things aren't working. We have to. But we're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. We're just, like, biding time and, hiding behind goals. But you don't really win anything behind those goals. It's annoying. It's really annoying, man. There is 2% increase to the COP and won't have flags tonight in protest. Wow. That's crazy, man. I should be looking to things like this, to be honest. I gotta be honest, yeah. Trent Barry back, huge. Trent Alexander-Arnold was rushed back by Klopp from his first injury. They don't learn from rushing players back too soon. Yeah, you're right, Sim. You're right, bro. I don't think we learn a lot, to be fair, bro. I don't think we learn a lot. I don't think we learn a lot. I honestly don't think we do. Because if we did, we don't make the same mistakes in the games that we do. Look at the 2 games Man United won, carbon copy of each other. Does that show you that we've learned? No. We haven't learned anything. I mean, FSG are too smart for our LFC fan base, clowns. Group of sheeps. Don't say that, man. Don't say that. We don't say things like that. Without flags, LFC famous European nights are over. Listen, it's gonna happen. Big up, Ravi, as always, bro. Big up for the support, as always, bro. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on us. Sim, John, everybody. Sorry if I forgot names. Jota for the goals is big for us, Ravi says. Yes, Jota. Yes, Jota. I'll put the link down below, brother. I'll put the link down below. That channel is going to be, obviously, once this one starts going, I want to do, streams with other teams. Talk about other teams. Have more knowledge about other teams, if you know what I mean. I think I'll talk about Liverpool for far too much. Let me start talking about other clubs as well. I mean, be impartial. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'll have to catch a replay for the well busy at the moment. Yes, okay, bro. Big up, Redbird, as always, man. I appreciate that, brother. My 11, Kaleha, Joe, Konate, VVD, Simikaz, Dom, McAllister, Endo, Gakpo, Mo, Nunes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We bought Dominic for a reason, you know what I mean? So we have to start playing him. We can't really, let him sit on the bench, you know what I mean? We didn't buy him to sit on the bench. We didn't pay over 60 million just to sit on the bench, you know what I mean? Oh, great pod, Fozzie. Big up, brother. Always, man. Big up. Yeah, that's the other channel. People go and subscribe to it. I appreciate that. The more scripts we get, the better for that one. That one will be easier because, it's all the teams. It's all like one. It's called Unscripted Football Talk. I don't script anything here, so I'm not going to script anything there, you know what I mean? So that's another one. Big up partner in crime, Nuno Bits. Big up Fozzie. Big up as always. It's just yeah, we can see 3-0. Yeah, I would have said the same thing, John. I would have said the same thing, bro. I think it's 3-0 as well, Liverpool in this game. You can see Darwin Núñez on that screen. Yeah, let me say something about that kid. I love his hard work. I love his all action work ethic and all that stuff. But he needs to start scoring goals, people. We have to ask questions now. I gave him that time and patience. But I don't see goals, people. I don't see goals, important goals that is. Start to get tired now, man. To the point, how long can I take off this? That's what I'm going towards. I'm still supporting him, don't get me wrong. But when he's not contributing in the games that we need to win the league, we've got a problem, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a problem. You know what I mean? Houston, we've got a problem. So, he needs to wake up, man. He needs to wake up. It's great to see all this stuff. You know what you're doing in the training ground inside Anfield, putting in the top bins and, putting in the side nettings and all that stuff. But if you're not doing that in the real games, we have to ask questions, mate. You're not a dribbler. You're not a player that could do, extraordinary things. You just put the ball in the back of the net. That's all I want you to do and defend for the team. That's the second option. Other than that, I don't need you. Please stop going to the side of the box and doing these movements that doesn't look natural. Get in the box, pass the ball off, get in the box and get at the end of the ball and slot it in. That's all I want you to do, Núñez. I didn't buy you to do, shimmy, shimmy, and all this stuff, that song. I don't need you to do that. I just want you to put the ball in the back of the net. That's all I ask for. And work hard off the ball. Off the ball work, as I always say. That's all I ask for. Why is it so difficult to ask that? I'm tired of it, people, man. You see him when he's in the byline, trying to do some this movement. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't. It makes him look like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's so bad. It's really bad. You're loose when you got the ball and you want to dribble. You're loose in it. Your body is loose when you're natural. He's not natural. It's like he's stiff. It's like he's trying to do something he can't do. Don't do step overs. Doesn't kid any players. That means that's not your game. Get in the damn box. Get in the damn box, bro. And Szoboszlai, that's another player we've got to speak about. He needs to start shooting more. He needs to be doing the right positions when he's in the opponent's half as well. There's about 3 or 4 times in that game. 3 or 4 times, in that game against Man United. He was through. And he made the wrong decision on passing. If I was him, some of those times I would have taken on the team and slot it in. But he made the wrong decision in passes. And we didn't end up scoring a goal. So his decision making needs to improve, in my opinion, in Szoboszlai. And when he's in the final third, he needs to start shooting, man. I need your shots. It's not all about knuckle hitting balls. Curl it in the top corner, man. A side foot or something. I'm tired of it, man. And this kid Kwanzaa the other day, everyone is having a go at him in the social media. It's unfair. It's unfair. If it wasn't for Kwanzaa and players like that, we won't be right here where we are. You stupid fans. Having a go at the poor kid. He's done nothing wrong this season. Okay, he made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Even the greatest of them all, Van Dijk, makes mistakes. In my opinion, he was part of that mistake. Because he could have told the kid, pass it back to the goalkeeper. And he didn't. The wrong thing you do in that position when Kwanzaa passed the ball was pass it in front of Fernandes. If it was Højlund, I wouldn't mind. Because Højlund hasn't got that technical ability. But when you got Fernandes there, who could shoot from every angle, you don't pass in front of him and take that risk with your left foot, wrong foot. You don't do that. You don't do that. But he did it. He did it. We conceded the goal. We all fell apart. Instead of the senior players saying, you know what, get the ball back. Let's get to the centre circle. Let's get the goal. Let's help out Kwanzaa. What did we do? We just dilly-dallied the ball around for about 20 minutes. Didn't get anywhere. Just dilly-dallied around and didn't get anywhere. It's not fair. It's not fair, man. If I was a senior player, I would have said, let's help out Kwanzaa here, man, because the kid deserves this help. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We let the game drift by, and get Man United into the game. They got another goal. And it could have been a travesty. We could have got no points in that game, but luckily we did. We got a point. Is it a point gained or 2 points lost? A lot of people are asking that question. I think it's 2 points lost because, you know, our attitude towards that game, especially in that second half, was just not good enough. I got to be real. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. Let's be realistic here. Yeah, I'm almost done now. Alisson is back from injury, people. Injury updates. Like, just to let you know, Alisson is back. We need him back, don't we? I miss this guy. Trent is back in training. They're in training. They're not really back in the games yet. They could be on the bench. Jota, King Jota is back. Oh, man, I miss him. If his injuries were like not a lot, he could have been a legend at Liverpool, man. Could have been a really good legend there. Manchester is back. We don't know when he's going to start games. So that's a tough one. I talked about Salah already. I mentioned that, like, some people deserve criticism at times, and you got to tell the truth. Don't lie to yourself, people. You know, when we lie to ourselves and the players are too comfortable, they'll make the same mistakes in every game. But if you don't call them out on it, then there's a problem here. You know, they're going to keep doing the same stuff. So you have to call them out. You have to call them out on their mistakes. And at times I look at Salah, when he could pass the ball across the box to someone to tap it in, he doesn't do it. He takes shots from stupid angles at times. He makes the wrong decision. And I don't think in the last 2 games he's done anything to impact the game either. Okay, he scored a penalty. Great. But what did he do before that? Nothing. We put him as a striker. He didn't do nothing. I mean, he played that wide against Wan-Bissaka. Didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? So he needs to start performing with the team rather than individually, if you know what I mean. I don't care about golden boots. You can't beat Haaland, mate. I'm sorry. Haaland is a freak of a striker. He will score 40 goals a season. That's impossible to get. Yes, you did it once. That's once. But this guy is a freak. He goal hangs. Gary Lineker, you know what I mean? That type. You're not that. You're a winger. I talked about him already. Needs to improve, guys. Like, my patience is running thin now. I got to be real. Don't do this dribbling stuff. Pass the damn ball. Get in the box. Get at the end of it. That's it. Get at the end of the balls that's being crossed into the box. That's all I want you to do, bro. I don't want you to do anything. Soboslai needs to improve. Came back from injury. I think we're being too harsh on him at the moment, but he needs to do more, in my opinion. I think his touches are very, very bad, and you know, around the you know, the pitch. Sometimes I look at his touches. It bounces off him. For a technical player, that's not good enough. It's because he's scared. Do you know what I mean? In case he gets contact by another player. But he needs to be smart. You know what I mean? Use your physicality in those kind of situations. Like, step on people's toes if you have to, if they're giving you a headache. Do something, you know, to scare that player. You don't have to be scared. So they talk about this guy as our next manager, and a lot of people are playing it down. They're saying he's not the next manager. I think he is, people. You know, when there's a lot of talk around it, like me and Anton discussed it the other day, when there's a lot of talk around this manager, especially when they say deal agreed, and you know, their press comes out and says the same thing, it's more or less done. But it's like Anton said the other day, you have to pay respect to the you know, to Sporting. How you gonna make dealings with them and disrespect them as a football club? We can't do that, can we? So you got this is why Liverpool are denying it. They're respecting Sporting and making sure they're refuting it. So they're not really going to get involved in it. Let the other people get involved. We're not in it. That's what they're saying, Liverpool. So, yeah, I agree. But I think 99.9%, I think he's the next manager, people. This show was brilliant with me and Anton. I suggest you go and look at it, because it was very, very interesting topics about, you know, Amaron and other stuff around Liverpool Football Club, if you know what I mean, people. So the more views we get, the more likes we get, the better for the channel as well. And I appreciate if you could do that for us, man. You know, we're working hard for free. We don't need anything. We don't want anything from you guys. It's just the likes and the views, and that's all we're asking for, if you know what I mean. So we do this to enjoy it, because, you know, we no longer play football. We no longer, you know, do things that we used to do as youngsters. This is our next step in life, which is like talking about our football club, talking about football in general, and enjoying it at the same time. And this is what we want you guys to play your part and help us out in that. We don't ask for much, man. Just a like, subscribe, and just put the views up, man. That's all we're asking for. All right, people, that's me done. Let me read the comments before I go. I know there's some more comments. I hope we win 3 or 4-0. Yes. I should say hash me. Big up, man. Big up. Philip says, positive, I subbed to your other channel. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. That one, I'm going to try, ask people to share it around and, make it bigger so I could just talk about other teams, which I don't really do. I'm going to have to start watching other teams as well now. So not just highlights, like 4 games. So I could do live watch-alongs in the future and all that stuff. And, the other guys could do a lot on here as well. Joe Gomez, Connor B still started at 4 back. Yes, Andy. Yeah. Okay. I gotta be real, with Robertson. I think we need to start looking elsewhere about Robertson. We either have to limit his games or, we need to do something. Robertson is, I think, starting too many games now. It's too much. John Conway, great stream for you never walk alone. Always for you guys. I try my best in it. I try my best, man. Especially this looks like he can play 15 minutes tonight. 15 minutes? Come on, bro. Give him more. Man. Atalanta will score first tonight, and hopefully we win 5-4 or 5-1. Yeah, we've got a problem, mate. Houston, we've got a problem. We're conceding too many goals. Put Salah, me in City attack. We can score 50 goals. Yeah. It's so easy, isn't it, man? Mohammed, big up, brother. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to everybody, by the way. Liverpool needs to get rid of 10 players who are now in the first team to get a radical solution to the problem. Yeah. 10 players? Mohammed, that's a lot of players, mate. Maybe 10 players in the next couple of seasons, if you know what I mean. Not 10 players, get rid of them straight out like that. You know what I mean? It takes time. So, yeah, we need a lot of changes, man. We need a lot of changes. I have to admit that myself, mate. I have to be realistic, to be fair. And we do need a lot of changes. We have to be realistic in that. Okay, people. I am done. So please, like I said, go and check out the other streams. Get the views up for us. I appreciate that immensely. I hope you enjoyed this news round. Hopefully we'll get a win tonight. I see that game 3-0, like John said. Me too. Not 3-0. They might score. We always concede goals. But other than that, thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Please, if you're on other social media such as Twitter, X now, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, just come to the YouTube channel, subscribe. That's all we ask for. We don't ask for much. You know what I mean? We're working hard to get to that, next level. With your help, we could get there as well. It's all free, people, like I always say. Thanks to everyone, man. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, chat, as always. You never let me down. Even that we agree and disagree. I like that. Players out this season, i.e. Adrian, Matip, Robbo, Tsimikas, Thiago Diaz. Adrian plays for Liverpool Football Club. I don't know about that, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. I have to go because I have to go. I think I've done too much now. I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes, man. That's a long time. That's a long time, people. All right. I'm done. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you soon.